tell you what, it's hard being a hobo, but it's good.
Yeah.
Tell you a little story. It's a true story, so it's not something that I'm making up. The gentleman over there with the red shirt, his name's Adam Leech. He lives in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and on Monday morning he left there after selling hobo nickels.
They shave off Thomas Jefferson, and then they carve into the nickel. The guy does naked ladies on the. He does naked ladies.
You never seen?
No, I've never seen one.
They've been around over 100 years, or almost 100 years.
That's pretty neat looking, man.
And so we're trying to get to a coin show down in Tampa, and figured the only authentic way to do it would be to hitch there. That explains it. Yeah, I haven't sent a family Christmas card. I figured postcards from the road.
Yeah, people will take those.
Right.
So you got all packed up last night?
I think I'm ready. I think all we got to do is hit the first domino and see how they fall. So,
how'd it go with the family?
It's rough a little bit. They're getting sad, and I think it's all right. You know, this is gonna be huge to pull us together when I get home, but it's scary for us. It's you know, we travel together, we do everything together.
Dad, can I have like $10?
We run the store together, the kids hang out, we homeschool our oldest kid, and so this will be by far the longest I've been away from them. Jimmy, you're gonna have to step in for my wife there. I won't spoon you too hard.
You can cuddle if it gets too lonely.
Yeah, honestly, that's my biggest anxiety about the whole trip is just missing them, and I know they're going to be fine. They'll probably snap into video games and look up 10 days later, and I'll be back. It'll probably be quiet around here today, but I hope to have a sale or two, and then, then we'll just lock it up, and I will resign my store to fate. Leech, baby.
So, tell me about these hobo nickels.
Basically, I started carving wood in 2006 on a family vacation to Minnesota. And I started hanging out with some really nice people in the Pikes Peak Whittlers Association. One day I was in there, and a guy, John Nelson, who's a pretty awesome wood carver himself, came in, and I was working on something, and he goes, "Oh, hey Adam, I bet you didn't know hobos used to carve on nickels." He said, "Yeah, they'd take the nickel and they'd carve a new image into it," and my head exploded. I couldn't believe it. I thought, that is the coolest thing I had ever heard of in my entire life.
On a California way, tried my hand at honest work, but it didn't suit.
A few weeks later, I got my first issue of Bow Tales, And the very first thing I read is auction 17 sets record $47,701.45. And I'm thinking, damn, that's a lot of money off of nickels. So I start pouring through this magazine and trying to learn everything I can about everything, and basically learn that the Hobo Nickel Society gets together once a year down in Florida every January, and they have a big auction and talk hobo nickels.
Where are we going?
Going to Hallenbeck Coin Gallery. It's actually one of the better coin galleries in the country. It's founded by Ken, and his son Tom owns it now. He's the vice president of American Numismatic Association. Just kind of by dumb luck, their shop is on the same block as mine, and these guys started buying some of my coins pretty early on, and I just thought it'd be interesting to chat it up with them a little bit. Got some cool coins here. I hope I don't outprice you.
So what's your intent then? You're gonna hitchhike then down to Florida? He's gonna follow you or be with you, and you're gonna carve these on the spot?
Or we're gonna, I'm gonna bring whatever I've got, and I'm gonna carve all along the way. Isn't that cool? That's the first official coin of our journey too. So I got the Colorado to Florida on there.
Okay. But what about then the three of these?
Find a way down the road.
Would you do 100 then for these?
Absolutely.
That's 25, 25?
Yeah,
okay.
I'd love to.
Yeah, all right.
No, that's great, and that gives us peace of mind to get out of town. All right. Nickels into folding money, just like that.
Find the door.
It's 1,000 miles to Omaha. Where are we going?
We're gonna do a little radio show. KRCC 91.5. Howdy, Mothy.
Howdy. I was kind of thinking,
We ain't as scared of no snow.
Poor Dick's doing this very quiet jazz show up there. How's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
What are you boys doing with your hobo nickels there?
Well, actually, we're hoping they're going to carry us a long way. We'll be hitting the road New Year's Day, sticking our thumbs out and heading towards sunny Florida for a big old coin convention that something told me I had to be at. So if you see two guys standing on I-25 South on New Year's Day, stop and pick us up.
Well, it may help some listeners who may not know what a hobo nickel is exactly and why it is that you're hitchhiking to Florida with hobo nickels. What is a hobo nickel?
Well, Mothy, long story short, it's a defaced coin. You take a nickel and a nail or any other hardened steel object, and
That's illegal.
It's paralegal.
I used to date one of those.
Yeah, no, it may or may not be, but that's for the courts to decide.
Hopefully not. So you make these hobo nickels.
I do.
And there's a hobo nickel convention in Tampa, Florida. When is that?
Well, essentially, we've got to get there by the 8th. There's a coin show from the 6th to the 9th. The Hobo Nickel Society, hobonickel.org, will be having an annual auction and their annual meeting. It's really about a dozen guys in the whole world.
So you're hitchhiking to Tampa, Florida, and you're funding this trip, the two of you, using nothing but defaced U.S. currency.
Well, when you say it like that, it doesn't sound like such a good idea. But yeah, that's exactly what we're doing.
We wish you good luck in your travels to the Hobo Nickel Festival. Anybody driving down South 25 on New Year's Day, You see a couple of good-looking guys with their thumbs out, pick them up. You never know. Say goodnight, boys.
Thanks, everybody. Be good, be
But
safe.
your memory is right here with me.
Well, it's about 20 minutes till midnight. New Year's 2011. Happy New Year! We made it, guys. Excited?
Winter never fails to leave me blue.
Hey everybody, just woke up. We're all feeling a little sad about me leaving tomorrow, and thought I would film a little something to commemorate the occasion, but feeling kind of stupid. Don't really know what I got myself into, because really it just sounds so dumb. But I met Heather when I was about 17, and we've been inseparable ever since. Johnny was born about a year and a few months after that, and I think the longest I've been apart from them is about 3 or 4 days. Didn't do well then, but committed to the project. I really feel like it needs to be done, and I've really been letting myself down, and I don't know, letting history down if I don't go through with this project, and so I just thought I'd check in, let you all know what a mess I am, and how much I'm really, really gonna miss my family.
These weary hands can never hold. And all I've got to show is the trouble and a worried mind, the kind that makes a young man feel too old, or like a spring flower left to freeze out in the cold.
Wake up, Johnny. Good morning. I haven't left yet. I'm waking you up so you can say bye before I go.
When are you leaving?
Like an hour.
What?
We got a lot of snow out there. Pikes Peak's looking pretty beautiful though. Let's see if you ready for me to go? You're gonna be the man of the house?
Yeah.
Take care of Mom and the boys for me?
Yeah.
Alright.
See, I'm ready for you to go, but...
You're gonna film a lot for me? Okay. Give me a big smile. Love you, buddy.
Love you too, Dad.
So, what's going on is it's New Year's morning, about the time I was hoping to walk out the door. I got a couple of texts from Jimmy. It sounds like he tied one on last night. We ended up skipping out on our party because the weather was so bad, and just I really wanted to spend some time with my family before we leave and get prepared, and I thought that's what he was going to be doing too, but I'll read the text just for posterity. 6:34 a.m. Still up. Tonight turned out to be a bit more epic than I suspected. Be patient. I'm all packed and ready. Just need some time to sober up. Return car. Then we hit the road. I texted him back about 7:53. Up and at 'em, let me know. You know, that's we got a long way to go. And he goes 20 minutes later, no condition to drive or function. Many apologies. We may be delayed a few hours. So we're off to a bad start. I think we'll get through it. There's a Greyhound bus that hits out of town around 10:30, and I think if we can get on that, I can wake him up, get him on track, and try and do this thing right. But Jimmy, come on, man. I need a cameraman. Don't make me do this all by my hobo self. Okay, guys, I'm kind of not really panicking here, but I'm not really excited. Jimmy called, we talked. He's still drunk from last night. It was New Year's. I can't blame him, but I do. I'm a little upset. I'm a little freaked out. So I'm driving down to the Greyhound station. There's a Greyhound that leaves town in about 2 hours. I'm going to try and get a ticket. There's another one that leaves at 10 tonight. So, you know, I'll get it down to my dad's house today, hang out with him, spend a little time, and Jimmy hopefully will get on that other bus and follow me and make it, you know, first thing in the morning, and we're back on schedule, no problem. So I'm almost to the Greyhound station. I'm going to turn this shit off.
Alright, Dad, he's here.
Jimmy, I didn't think you were going to make it.
Sorry, it's stuck in my bag.
Yeah, well, I'm going to check my big bag.
Okay, thank you.
We're on, man.
San Jose, here we come. Albuquerque.
Yeah, Albuquerque.
Don't worry, you'll get there.
Albuquerque.
We got it short.
Okay, Johnny. Okay, now every time I need superpowers, I kiss my rock. And I'm recharged and I'm happy. I've got you guys in my heart, in my mind, and I'll be back in 10 days. A more whole human being, ready to take over the world.
All right.
Okay, guys?
Take good care of Odus like he's
I will.
one of us.
Otis is my boy.
Odus on the road.
And give me one kiss. I love you. Be good with that one. Don't replace me while I'm gone.
When I relax, my heart drops. Shoulders give up the load.
I've only not been able to see you for 5 minutes. I already wish you alive. I love you, Dad. Oh, he loves you too, honey.
Las Vegas. Not Nevada. We got to put you in a dress and make you just stand from. You got such pretty hair. We get a ride in no time.
Just a little skin.
Serious. All right, we are Las Vegas, New Mexico. We caught a Greyhound here. Had a bit of a hectic morning. Didn't really know how it was going to work out, so I panicked, bought a bus ticket. Jimmy met up with me. So we're going to wait here and see what happens. My gut's telling me it's going to be a while.
What's the update?
Viva Las Vegas, baby. Big night city, gonna take your soul, gonna set my soul on fire. We had no luck. We stood on the road for an hour or two, and once the sun went down, we decided nobody's gonna pick us up. I called my dad. He's an hour south in Santa Fe. We decided instead of sleeping in a ditch on the side of the road, we'd accept his kind offer to pick us up. Not a lot of hobo action thus far, but I sold a penny to a drunk dude for $5, so it's a profitable journey. We got Odus. He is my spirit of the road. My wife sewed him up, got him all patched out. Got my first band patch on there. I got everything I need right here with Odus. We're good. I think it was Joe.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Papa Leech.
Yeah. You Jimmy?
I am.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Welcome to the Leech craziness, huh?
Yeah.
The keys to the palace.
Where are we, Adam? This is the courtyard at the Palace of the Governor's Museum, downtown Santa Fe. My dad runs the print shop over here, which is probably the most spectacular printing display in the country. What do you say, Dad?
No, it's a good one, but
I wouldn't say it's the most spectacular.
So, did you bring the sign?
I just laid it out.
Okay.
Hobo nickels across the top, for sale or trade across the bottom.
For sale or trade?
Yeah.
My friends are liars. They don't mean no harm.
We have signage. Go for Sophie. Oh, that's so cool.
So we are in Klein's Corner outside of Santa Fe, closest truck stop. Adam's Pop and Kathleen dropped us off here. We're in the sun right now. We got a good spot. We'll see what happens.
Rock and roll.
What's all this stuff?
This is my kit. It's mostly gravers. Each one has a different tip on the end, a different shape. So right now I'm just gonna clear this field, and I'll probably leave this space because I haven't decided exactly what I want to finish carving. But I just thought I'd get my tools out and push some metal around and do what I set out to do. Sometimes I'll put a drop of oil on the coin to get the scraps to float off the top, but right now I'm not too concerned about that. I'm just trying to get a flat surface so I can start sketching the final design out.
We're gonna lay it down, we're gonna lay a new track down.
Guys, we're gonna have to move, yeah. Oh, yeah?
Fair enough.
You got the boot, huh?
We did. We were told to stand 2 feet away from the warm sun. So our little cubby in the sunshine away from the wind has been taken away from us. And we're just kind of channeling the cold right now. See what happens.
Long as it fits the plan.
I've been driving 4 years, so since I was 21. I'm only 25, so.
You ever pick up hitchhikers?
Yep.
How come you pick up hitchhikers and nobody else does?
Because I have a big heart. I've hitchhiked before.
So where are we headed right now, Carl?
Albuquerque.
Right on. Give him a hug. He needs a thumbs up.
What's our status here?
Status is we're in Albuquerque. We went about 60 miles in the opposite direction to avoid freezing to death in the middle of nowhere. So we abandoned our post at Patsy Cline's corner, and we are now in Albuquerque trying to hitch east as far as we could possibly get. It is what it is.
When the sirens roar, there's an ocean to drown in. But you can't wage peace on a warrior.
Alright, it's an update.
So we caught our first ride of the trip from Cline's Corners, New Mexico, where Patsy Cline's bus broke down in 1953. That's the only reason I can think they call it that. There's nothing there. So we spent about 6 hours at the Flying J. Got offered about 15 rides to LA. It seemed like everybody wanted to go west, and we were heading the other way. And about 5 minutes before we officially hung up, we got a great ride. I forget his name. I'm sorry. What was your name again? Thomas. Thomas, man. Thank you so much. We got a ride from Thomas, and we're on our way to Amarillo. And yeah, we're Florida bound.
When I can't feel my bones, I don't mind when I'm cold. Oh, 'cause every shore has an ocean of siren. Oh, and all that we hold will be pillaged and broken. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I won't keep rambling to find a grave to die in.
What's your brilliant plan?
We're going to steal this golf cart and take it as far as it'll go. It's about 2:33 a.m. We are in Amarillo, Texas. We had a long day in Albuquerque trying to hitch a ride, and just the minute we gave up, a dude jumps out of nowhere and says, "Let's go." So we're 300, 400, 500 miles further down the road, something like that. We're feeling good. These girls are going to give us a ride. So we don't know. We got a few hours till daylight. We're just going to bum around, so to speak. See if we can make some progress or just stay warm. We're not too worried right now, though. Spirits are high. Gonna let it walk.
Howdy.
We're trying to hitchhike from Colorado to Florida using Hobo Nickels as our currency. We were wondering if there's any way to let us live on the for the sun to come up to grab a ride, but I can gladly trade you a few of my nickels with the hike. They're actually quite valuable. I know you don't really get to make those decisions. They're carved nickels. And we wouldn't even mess up the sheets. We've got our own bags, and we'd just be happy to lay down on the floor.
Just till the sun comes up.
Yeah, we can kick
Where are you heading?
Well, we're trying to get to Tampa, Florida.
Tampa.
There's a big coin show. It's one of the biggest in the world, so if we make it down there, I think we'll be set. But
Yeah, and I'm sorry, like you said, I don't get to make those decisions.
oh, okay. We'd be happy not to.
Just obey.
Them apples. I think it would have worked if the lady owned the place, but she was just doing her job, so she was real friendly and chased us off. Now we found a nice little ditch right by the highway. The semis are starting to move along, but we're going to lay down here. We found a nice cardboard, and we're just going to make a bed for a couple hours until the sun comes up. We're going to turn our bed into a sign and see about hitting the road first thing in the morning. Until then, you know, it's the warmest weather we've had, and this is the end of our first full day of hoboing. So I couldn't think of a more appropriate spot to set up camp. So I'm gonna crush this down. We found a nice little hammock-shaped ravine. I was ready to just lay on the rocks, but Jimmy, the more experienced traveler, found me this beautiful piece of cardboard. Good night. I believe we're in Oklahoma City. We're on the outskirts of town. We got dropped off by Ernie, our angel of the day by far. But he did drop us off at an abandoned truck stop. It's not getting any action. Hey, how you doing, man? Any chance you're going east? We're trying to make a movie. Oh, kick ass, man. Excuse me, sir. Got a question for you. There's a convention down in Florida. Appreciate it. Excuse me, sir. Got a question for you. So we're trying to get as far east tonight as we can.
Yeah, Amarillo.
Are you, man? That's where we came from. Well, thank you much. Thanks for talking with me. Appreciate it.
My buddy and I are trying to get down to Florida. You ever heard of a hobo nickel?
How's it going, man? I'm doing well, thanks. Doing a lot better now.
So Houston, huh?
Yeah, I'm headed to Pasadena. Are you recording, dude?
Yeah, we're shooting the whole thing. We're making a movie about all this.
Got a big Fergie cool in, I guess.
You're good, man, Chris. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.
No problem. I don't do this a lot. But you look like a trustworthy fella.
All right, I feel good. We're not sitting still. We are not sitting still.
This is Johnny Leech, and my dad has been on his Hobo Nickel journey for 4 days, I think, and I don't know, I just miss him a lot, and he just called us. He said that he's doing good, that he's on his way to Baton Rouge or Houston, Texas. I'm not sure which one he's going to, but I miss him.
Be gone with the wind flying out the road.
Adam, where are we?
I think we are in Houston. Somewhere between I-35 and I-10, I believe. I kind of pulled us off course just to keep us moving. I don't know. I kind of got a hair up my ass to go to Houston, I guess. And here we are. It's beautiful out. You could sleep out here in a t-shirt and be fine. So the weather's working for us. We're close to I-10, which was a recommended route from the beginning for most, seasoned travelers. They said, oh, you catch I-10, you'll go all the way to Florida. So here we are. Gonna see what I-10's all about.
So we think this is probably our best shot for catching a ride.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think we're both kind of just firing a little slow and not really sure what to do. Might be smart to try and lay down for a minute somewhere and just prep. I don't think we're gonna catch a ride out until the sun breaks, and might walk around back there, see what's going on. Looks like there's a pretty decent spot to set up a little camp over here where we won't get spotted. See what we can do till daylight hits. We made camp last night, but we ended up getting dropped off about 15 miles away from I-10 where we need to be. So I pulled the hobo card and decided to call my cousin.
Gabby!
Are you crazy?
Well, I feel it behind my eyes when I'm dreaming. It's hard to count sheep when all the sheep is screaming and there's no good.
Alright, well, we made it on to I-10. We were extremely optimistic at our prospects of this giant bank of trucks, and we're removed within 15 seconds. Didn't even set our bags down. We're gonna come over here to the TA, see if they're any nicer. This is what is called toning, and I just want to make it look older. So I smear a little hydrochloric acid over the top, let it just sit for a moment, and that just oxidizes the metal a little bit and kind of polish it off, and it just makes your coin look a lot older and more interesting. This truck stop for about an hour, and I was just lamenting not getting a guy's phone number back at the first spot in Houston, and sure as he just showed up here for some shop work. He's gonna take us to Beaumont, I think. Yeah, man, that just fills my heart with glee.
What's your name?
Lucas Blythe.
What do they call you?
Cornbread. Actually, they called me a cornbread-fed son of a bitch, but might have to bleep that part.
And the music of the road, it will always comfort me. I just stop to notice.
So what made you decide to pick us up, help us out?
Y'all seem like good people. I really don't have an explanation for that. I normally don't pick up people. I mean, I'll give somebody a ride down the road if they're having car trouble or something like that and need to get somewhere to get some help, but I don't know. Just seemed like the thing to do at the time, I guess.
So what do you think about what we're doing? Do you think it's stupid or weird or what?
Well, personally, I wouldn't be hitchhiking it's cool. Like I said, I got a cousin that, you know, he went on a walkabout. You know, it's a little different, but hey, it's an adventure. And I'm all up for some adventures, but I don't think I could walk across country or hitchhike or.
Well, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Well, I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
So, guys, we made it to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I believe it is Wednesday, January 5th, 2011. We left the house New Year's Day, so we're making pretty fantastic time. So, maybe 2-3 more rides to catch, and this long, strange trip will be history.
Daddy's been gone for 6 days, but today is the day that the boys go back to school. So is there anything you want to say about school? No. All right, well,
Boring.
all right, well, is there anything you want to say to Daddy?
I love you, Daddy. We miss you.
All right.
So much.
All right. All right, I love you, Dad. I've been videotaping a lot. I heard you got to Baton Rouge, and I love you a lot.
Me too. I heard you got to Baton.
You're hugging the camera?
I need to hug you.
Give him a big virtual hug. Virtual kisses.
Where are we?
As far as I can tell, we're in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, exit 151 at the Loves. This is where Cornbread dropped us last night, and Tina picked us up. We got a home-cooked meal, slept on a carpeted floor. Probably rained a few inches while we were sleeping, so we were pretty damn thankful to get that little hookup, and now we're gonna settle in for what could be a real long day of rejection. So who knows, man? We're gonna stay optimistic. See how many people we can get turned down by. Here comes somebody now. 91 down. No, 9 down, 91 to go. My math is a little skewed. Skeletons, man. I want you to have that, man. That's a gift. You sure? That's my signed Colorado to Florida. So that's I'm only signing them that way on this trip, and that'll be a real unique piece someday.
Wow, that's awesome.
Well, there's a lamp burning bright in a cabin in a wind.
What's your, introduce yourself. My name's James Vashon. I'm a driver. There's 50 fellas up in Texas, Louisiana. We're on I-12 heading to I-10. You guys are heading over to Florida. So am I. Look like a couple cool dudes and needed a ride.
Oh, I can see that old lamp in the window. It will guide me wherever I roam. Yes, it will guide me wherever I roam.
So we got a ride here from a pretty awesome trucker. We're calling him Super Trucker. His name is Ken. Actually, sir, excuse me. Oh, kid, he looks like he's in our demographic. Anyway, Super Trucker, I'm calling him. He dropped us off here and has to sleep up. He drove all night. He said, man, I wish I didn't drive all night. I'd give you guys a ride all the way to Florida. So we've been here a couple hours, and it looks like we might be here as long as he is. So I decided I'd just go ahead and carve him a little love token coin, a hobo nickel. We really enjoyed the ride and conversation, so You know, that's kind of what I set out for, to reward people who did great things for us, and he definitely did. So, so here goes. I'm gonna carve him a little something special.
Our love is older, it ages with time on our faces. The lines from a smile wide. I wanna walk with you. I love to be beside you.
Not as hard as talking the cashier out of a nickel from 1983. You want to get looked at like a weirdo, you go ask for a change for a quarter and a 1983 nickel.
Just hate the way your life came to an end. Just hate the way your life came to an end.
Okay, well, we were just removed from the love station. Thought we had a ride. A guy seemed pretty interested, said he was going to go park. And the management said no. We're in Biloxi, Mississippi, and yeah, we're in the despair right now.
The winter time gets heavy. The winter time gets cold. Oh, just pour me another drink, girl.
My pack just broke. Kick ass. I'm down to one shoulder strap. I'm sure it's a pretty typical hobo problem, but it's kind of cramping my style right now. I got one shoulder hurt and one just hanging there, so.
Gonna be alright.
Well, if we don't get out of Biloxi tonight, I'll be very disheartened. Thought we would probably be to Florida by now. Not all the way, but at least to the state. Thought we'd get a good grip on the panhandle. At least we're not in Texas.
Oh shit, wait, hang on.
We're stopping.
Oh shit.
You guys speak English? No. You guys speak English?
Yes.
English? You're the only one?
I speak
You all speak English?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's up?
Well, I'm just curious where you guys are going. You want to work?
Yeah, get off right now.
Oh, you just got off work.
Yeah, get off right now.
Ah, going home.
Yeah, I'm going home.
You ever been to LA?
Where?
LA, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah? That's where I'm from. Where are you from?
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara?
Yeah.
You guys getting off the freeway here? We gotta stay near the interstate because that's where all the truck drivers are.
Yeah.
We are in the middle of nowhere. We just got a ride from a van full of migrant workers, and we rode in the back of a cargo van with an air compressor and a bunch of tools and stuff. They just dropped us off. We told them we were going to Mobile, but they dropped us off about 2/3 of the way to Mobile from Biloxi.
Okay.
But
actually, why don't you start first by telling me where I am?
You're in Irvington, Alabama.
Irvington, Alabama. Okay, yeah. Cool. I had no idea such a place even existed,
yeah.
Man.
And if you'll get out on this interstate somehow, man, and go one exit over, there's a truck stop like right there. Man.
Okay.
And
we got dropped off at a Waffle House in the middle of nowhere. So we got about a 3-mile walk to the nearest truck stop, and
do some super legitimate hoboing this evening. So we're walking, we caught our first non-truck ride, and we didn't get stabbed to death and robbed. So everything's turning up for the hobos this evening.
Because we were never here.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, excuse me. Can I talk to you for a moment? I'm sorry. My friend and I are filming a movie about Hobo Nickels, which is an old folk art form. And we're trying to get to Florida, and we've been riding with truck drivers since Colorado.
Where are you going now? To way to Tallahassee?
Yeah, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Orlando, anywhere east.
The problem is we are the satellites. And taking weights. Sorry, buddy. Really sorry. Thank you.
Ride the freight to Birmingham, Atlanta, take me south down to the sea. I left town 5 days ago, I come 1,500 miles or so. I left town 5 days ago, come 1,500 miles, 1,500 miles.
Jacksonville, Florida. Spirits are high. We made it to Florida. We have no more state borders to cross. 5 days, man. James offered to take us to Jacksonville. He's unloading his truck. He's gonna pick us back up and take us as far as Daytona. And we're almost there. Hop, skip, and a jump. Maybe a couple of phone calls. Maybe one more ride. And it's hobo time.
Ocean of lights caught your eye. Got alone, couldn't save me from myself.
Hey guys, we're standing here at the crossroads, ironically enough. But we're waiting for Raleigh. He's picking us up. He's our hero of the evening.
Oh, nice to meet you. Awesome. Glad you're here. God.
I can't believe we're here.
How are you?
Jimmy. Good to
Nice to meet you, Jim. Pleasure. Very, very much so. Put your stuff right in.
Great. Thanks for coming to pick us up.
Not a problem. This was my pleasure. This is part of what I do. That's why I'm the president of our group, Jim.
Introduce yourself.
All right, my name is Archie Taylor. I'm the president of the original Hobo Nickel Society, and that's the reason why I'm on the camera.
Coming up that road by a dusty old red sign.
Hey, how you doing, Bill Feedback? Glad to meet you, Adam.
Just for inference, for those of us that may not or may know or may not know, Adam Leech, this funky-looking guy up front with Odie. Adam, stand up and so forth. Adam Leech, if you don't know who he is, he runs the Leech Pit. How appropriate. But he left his house January 1st, sold some nickels and got a bus ride. And from there on, he sold nickels, bummed rides, told the story, where he was going, how he was getting here. And Thursday night at 9 o'clock, I picked him up in Orlando, Florida.
This is the hobo guy. He's here. He's the hobo guy. I'm the president that just making sure that he got here. All right.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Adam Leech, owner of the Leech Pit. He's the videographer.
Well, I hoboed here too, but
yeah.
Do you have a table or?
Well, we have the table 242. Yeah, the Hobo Nickel carvers. Adam's a Hobo Nickel carver, and he's going to be at the table carving today.
Coming up that road by a dusty old
think there's more money in this room than I ever, like that I even knew existed. I don't know, like it's just, I don't know, I can't think anything. It's just, like that's just gold, so it's amazing.
Even further down the line to that old train station, that's where I wanna be. Holly, Lordy, Lordy, have mercy on me, mercy on me.
You know what this stuff is?
Yes, I certainly do.
What is it?
There was a time before the United States was printing money. Personally owned banks could have their own currency printed, as long as the bank's assets were covered with the U.S. Treasury. For instance, right here, this $10 bill was issued by the First National Bank of Everett, Washington. It's called national bank currency.
Okay, so when I got to Florida safe and sound, I called my wife and I said, honey, I made it. You don't have to worry about me anymore. And she goes, oh, thank goodness, I'm so happy. And she goes, don't get mad at me. I know you didn't want me to do this, but I sewed $100 into your doll. See how awesome my wife really is. Sure as shit, man. She is pretty rad woman right there. Thank you, honey. You just bought me a Ron Landis.
In 1992, we really didn't know anything about carving, except we had a buddy named Ron Landis.
He was the first master carver.
And he was basically the first modern hobo nickel. He was the guy that took and brought the nickel out onto a new plateau.
Don't know when I'll be back. Don't you worry, honey, don't you worry. I'll be coming round. I will settle down. I will be back someday. But I hang up my traveling shoes for a while. I get off that road and that country mile, and I'll sing my wandering heart this time for you.
I mean, this guy is amazing. It's crazy good, the stuff, and he's raised the bar for us to get to where we have to go. And it's like, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever get to that to that bar, but it's something to shoot for.
He's an amazing guy. If you ever get a chance to buy a Landis nickel, don't hesitate.
If you want to say, the Michelangelo of modern carvers, he's right up in the top-notch part of it.
This is the fifth coin Ron's carved since he started again. This is like essentially picking up a Picasso or a Van Gogh. He just gave me a deal I promised I wouldn't say. But it was, it's good. This is a good moment for me. This is amazing.
I appreciate you.
Very, very much.
Bow Tales, the auction that we have, brings those coins to the true lover of hobo nickels.
There's a couple of bow pieces in there. It's probably going to bring a lot of money.
This year, we have some of the best bows coming up for sale.
It is the holy grail. Like, quite literally, Bo Hughes was the most famous of all nickel carvers, but really the only famous. There were two guys, Bert and Bo. Bert taught Bo. Bo was the most prolific. Born in 1900, carving in 1915, true hobo till 1982, and then just disappeared off the face of the earth.
Bo and Bert are the only ones that we know the first and last names of the classic carvers.
In the articles written by Delra Mines in his initial book, he gave the story of Bert and his protege, the Bo.
And they were the trademarks, L-I and Y taken off of the word liberty to leave his signature Bert.
Bert Used to carve between 1913 and 1949.
Bo was a young lad from Mississippi and hit the road and was befriended by a regular hobo that had been on the road for quite a while named Bert Wigan.
And he taught him the art of carving hobo nickels. He was last seen in 1949, leaving Florida.
No traces of him, just vaporized into hobo legend.
Now, Bo Hughes traveled a lot. He was last seen in 1982 in a hobo jungle in Florida.
Dell is the source of all the information that we have on Bo and Bert.
Some people hinted at the idea that maybe the whole story was made up by Dell, but I have no information going either way.
It's more folklore than actual history at this point.
It's tough. You don't have much to go on.
It is what it is. You know.
My personal feeling is that I believe his story is true, that he met with Bo and got the information.
The whole Bert and Bo story is only like one minuscule part of Hobo Nickels.
In fact, it adds more of a mystery to it.
Yeah, the mystery is there.
And so the value is always going to be there. It just adds more of an intrigue.
If it's a story that doesn't have like a lot of truth base, it's probably something that was done innocently because nobody was really collecting at the time. So if it did anything, the story of Bert and Bo brought everything to the forefront where now, collectors are aware.
Lot number 32, unfinished bearded man, wearing a derby. I got 250, 260, 250 now, 260, but 260.
Classic hobo nickels are extremely collectible because of what they are and what they meant.
Give it a 260, 100 now, 325.
Candace, if she wants a coin, there is no dollar figure that's going to stop her from getting that coin.
I'm an admitted addict.
72 and a half, 72 and a half, 7,000 now, 72 and a half. Sold your waist, 7,000.
Beautiful coin. Probably cheaper to get addicted to heroin. But I enjoy it. I'm having fun. I've asked myself a few times at age 66, why in the hell am I doing this? And I don't know, except that I'm having a ball. I'm meeting some amazing people, and I want to support the art. Except for this club, it would have been a dying art.
Sold, we're done.
All right, so what I do is I take my glasses off because I'm nearsighted, and then I just draw out the shape of the hobo. I'll draw it out with a Sharpie, whatever type of hat I'm gonna do. So now what I do is I take and I lay out the ear, and if I don't like it, I just erase where it's gonna go. I lay out the ear, and I use one of these Lindsay holders in a vise. There's a flat graver, the bottom's flat. This is pneumatic. What I do is I come in and I'll see where my hobo is, and I use the tool and I'll cut away the braid. And now the braid is gone pretty much, and there's just a little sanding I'll have to do on it. And then what I do is I come around, and anything that's not a hat, I just cut away. And that's just roughed out, and I have to still work on it to get it all smooth and get rid of all the hair. This is what they are when they're done. Cut all the hair in there, and then I put in the yarmulke. I put all scroll work all cut. So.
He's got this stick that he glues the nickel onto, and now there's this.
There's this. This is high tech, and that's basic, and you don't need a lot of tools. Adam's doing it. He's doing great nickels, and he's carving it with like a stick and a couple hand tools, and that's cool. It's just like, here you go. I'm taking my hand tools. This is just like an engine on the hand tools. It's kind of like riding a bicycle or riding a motorcycle across country. The bicycle will take a little longer, but the motorcycle will get you there faster and make you more money doing it if you're doing it. So, that's it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You may think a hobo is a guy that doesn't really have much of anything. Most of them come from houses with families and so forth, but for whatever reason they left, they left.
You know, I think about this poor old hobos on the road, freezing to death, not eating, and begging for food or whatever. I feel sorry for the hobo.
Well, some of these hobos are pretty artistic guys.
The issuing of the Buffalo nickel in 1913 gave him a great palette, if you will, on each side, the Indian on the front and on the reverse, the Buffalo. So they had a lot of room to work with and be creative.
And some of them took knives, nails, they took pieces of metal, and they would carve these nickels.
But when you consider back then the implements that they used, they were almost all fashioned as best they could to do the carving. And the work they did was mostly by campfire light at the Hobo Jungle, or maybe in a moving boxcar, which is even worse. Some of the work that they did was absolutely incredible.
Even though those people are gone, there's still people interested in their form of art.
To Canaan's land, I'm on my way, where the soul of man never dies. My darkest night will...
Right now, there are a lot of modern carvers, and the workmanship is better than it's ever been in a lot of ways.
Man never dies.
The modern carvers now are wonderful. I mean, they do splendid work and superb work.
There are probably a couple dozen doing spectacular work.
It is definitely a hobby that's evolving.
The roses blooming there for me, where the soul...
It's such a lost form of American folk art that people don't even know anything about.
No sad there'll be farewells, no tear in eyes, where all is peace is love and love and the soul.
We have better tools, we have better lighting, we have a good foundation to base all this on, and it's just, well, what's going on here?
The rub light beams across the foam, where the soul of man never dies. It shines and lights the way to home, where the soul of man...
Will we be around for another 20 years? Oh yeah. No, there's no doubt about that.
Back to Buffalo in the morning.
How was your day? Oh man. Huh? You know how good it is.
Dude, this is your first plane ride. You're an experienced traveler, but this is a whole new game for you.
All right. Our bird landed safe and sound. We're back in Colorado Springs. Right now, all I can think about is my wife and kids, so I'm hoping my wife will be right outside. I made it! We're not dead. Oh, I miss you so bad.
Hey, man! I'm gonna get you there. Oh, man, yeah, no. I was only able to carve maybe 4 or 5 on the road.
the time of the season to tempt the fates again. Send the mating call that began in the new moon. And there's a rhyme and a reason, pushing and pulling, lift my spirits with the company of truth. Yes, sayonara, sayonara, I'm marching out of this town like a soldier, like a failure, with his eyes hung down. Sayonara, sayonara, if love is on your side, then I'm walking out on both of you down the highway 25. Yeah, what a burning in my side as the night brought to me. Where my godliness smolders and surrenders, and the tides are turning, and water's all I'll see. In an hour's time, the warmth is all I'll remember. Yes, I know, sayonara, I'm marching out of this town like a soldier, like a failure, with his eyes hung down.